The beat-em-up genre has been going through a bit of a resurgence in the last few years. Old properties being resurrected from the video game graveyards and in some instances becoming the new standard of excellence. Publisher Dotemu has had a big hand in this through their previous releases such as Streets of Rage 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and the recently released Absalom. Does Marvel Cosmic Invasion become the new king of the cosmos? Let's find out. Even though the game spans an entire universe, the actual concept is pretty simple, even for an arcade beat-em-up. The deadly Annihilus wave is upon us, and it's up to the Earth's mightiest heroes and some other cosmic allies to save the universe from annihilation. What makes Cosmic Invasion stand apart from its peers is the amount of characters in the roster. Character-wise, there is something for everyone here. All the classic beat-em-up tropes are covered in some way. You have the tank characters in She-Hulk and Venom, the fast, but not necessarily weak characters like Wolverine and Black Panther, your long-range attackers like Captain America and Rocket Raccoon, and something I have not seen in a game of this type before, characters like Nova and Storm who can fly. The flying is executed really well, with a simple double tap of the jump button to ascend and another tap to drop back down. Most characters' jump attacks are diving attacks, so it's a good way to transcend from flying to hovering without interrupting your combo. The way the characters control will be familiar to anyone who has played Shredder's Revenge. You have a standard attack, power button which needs to recharge for most characters, strong attack, a rising attack, a running attack, a super move smart bomb attack, and either a dodge or block depending on the character type. Generally speaking, the characters control really well with only a few personal preferences that I wish had been implemented. Not every character can grab. This seems to have been limited to She-Hulk, Venom and Phoenix as part of their power moveset. I understand that it gives them a different approach to characters that lack this option, but for a game of this type not to have this feature across the board is quite surprising. My only other real bugbear, excuse the pun, is the option to either dodge or block. I honestly feel like if there is an option for either, I would choose dodge every time. The game isn't difficult enough to warrant a block button. It's good for parrying projectiles, but you will find yourself not really using it. The dodge, however, is great for phasing through enemies, especially if you need to attack them from behind. Also, on the Switch, the R button doesn't even get used. I feel like every character could have had block and dodge. This was obviously a very deliberate design choice. Much like the Marvel vs. Capcom games, you can also tag your partner in for assist moves. Doing the assist with a different direction results in different attacks along with nice audio clips to accompany them. The banter between the heroes is a nice touch, and adds to the overall comic book feel of the game. This tag move also adds to your combo meter, so if you're paying attention and doing what you should be, you can rack up very big numbers. You can change your team at the start of every level, and there are challenges for each level that are specific to certain characters for the completionists out there. The campaign mode does give you a semblance of choice with which levels you approach first. All levels will need to be completed though, so the illusion of choice is actually very limited. This is slightly different for arcade mode. You have one attempt to complete the game and it takes you along one path. And also you can only choose one team for this from the start, so choose very carefully. Arcade mode also adds a new level of challenge as you only get one attempt to complete the game in its entirety. I've not played Cosmic Invasion multiplayer, but what I have seen from other reviews and gameplay videos, to be quite frank, it looks bonkers. You can play either couch co-op or online with up to 4 players for a team of 8. You can also play as the same characters across the board, so you could go for a multiverse spanning team of 8 Wolverines if you really wanted to. Playing single player is quite full on, so I imagine playing with an additional 3 players is pretty crazy. Probably a great laugh if you can follow what on earth is going on. On the whole though, the gameplay is fast and fun, with lots of different and great characters to choose from. The 2D art style in Cosmic Invasion is some of the most beautiful and well animated pixel art I've ever seen. Every playable character is absolutely bursting with energy and personality in the way that they move and execute their signature moves and powers. End of level bosses are also really nice and very varied. For any other intellectual property outside of Marvel, you would think that they had used all of their great antagonists up in one game. Luckily, the Marvel Rogues Gallery is rich and vast, so nothing to worry about for future sequels or DLCs. The main clobber fodder you come across through the bulk of the game also look great for the most part, but there is a lack of variety with them somewhat. The backgrounds are top drawer as well, lots of rich vibrant colours with all of the real and fictional locales from the Marvel Universe brought to life. Everything runs pretty nicely at 30 frames per second, with no noticeable issues, even when it does get very busy. In terms of audio, its main strengths are its voice acting. For old heads like me, you will notice the stellar voice acting talent of Storm and Wolverine from the 90s X-Men cartoon. Even a goddess needs to eat. And I'm pretty sure that Captain America and Iron Man are the same actors from the Capcom vs. fighting games. Better than rations. Send them packing, wall crawler. Let me know in the comments if that is the case. Some of them are a misfire. I'm looking at you, Sauron. On the whole, it is great. Sound effects are pretty good, but not particularly memorable. The same for the music. Apart from some heroic sounding ditties on the character select screens, the music is good, but nothing that is going to stick in your memory for the long haul. There are 15 stages in the campaign mode, with challenges on each level for specific characters to complete. There are also things to unlock in the Cosmic Vault, such as art and colour swaps, which is a nice touch. Each character can be leveled up to level 10, unlocking passive abilities and various other buffs. This will take a couple of run-throughs with each character, but even in death the points still accumulate, which is a nice touch and doesn't feel like your time was wasted. The future of this game is potentially very healthy. Dotemu are known for supporting their beat-em-ups and releasing lots of DLC down the line, a lot of them for free. There are so many great characters to be used in a game of this type. I would love to see the Fantastic Four and maybe the original X-Men lineup released in the future. A nice mixture of flyers, tanks, and ranged fighters in both. Also, with Avengers Doomsday coming out this year, something featuring the Lord of Latveria would be a great tie-in for sure. A survival mode would also be excellent. Just do it in the danger room and regenerate different scenarios, and there you go. You're welcome. You can have that one for free. In terms of value, I picked up Cosmic Invasion on the eShop for $26.99. I actually think that is a really good price point for a game of this type. There's lots to unlock, and I think it's really good value for money. The standard retail physical versions seem to be priced between £30 and £35, depending on which online retailers you look at, and the high street in the UK. I feel like this is a really good price point. I'm even considering picking up a physical copy. I think it's important to preserve. So yeah, that's a thumbs up from me. In conclusion, Cosmic Invasion is a very well produced beat 'em up that looks beautiful, plays great, and offers a lot of fan service. It also has a healthy future in the form of DLC, unless they're holding things back for sequels. Is it the best beat 'em up Dotemu has released? No, it's not even the best beat 'em up Dotemu released last year. However, is it the best Marvel beat 'em up released possibly ever? Yeah, I think so. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is rad for sure. Let me know what characters you would like to see in future DLC releases in the comments. If you could like, share and subscribe, that would be great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future.